1 Corinthians 13, Paul's great chapter on love, is a favorite. I'll be conducting a wedding on Saturday, and it will be part of the reading. It always is. But not as a sense of something that has already been accomplished, but as a goal for the couple that are getting married. And really, when Paul was talking to the Corinthians, it was about their life as a church. It was about their life with their neighbors. It's how do we live out Jesus' great commandment to love God and then love your neighbor as yourself. And Paul articulates that love is kind, love is gentle, it doesn't demand its own way. It rejoices when the truth wins out, that it perseveres, that it's long-suffering. These things that are easy to read and really, really hard to live. And I'll be telling the couple on Saturday that opportunities to learn about love and to learn to love each other often come disguised as problems. And that they're in the problems of a marriage and the problems of relationships. Those are the opportunities to learn to love. Well, if I turn my attention and apply that same principle to our life in the marketplace and our political life today in this country, there are a lot of opportunities to learn to love. And that is true, to believe that there are opportunities. There are opportunities now to have very difficult conversations around race, around the temptation to put politics over people instead of politics serving people. I just came from an event at Hannah Boys Center where we were talking about incarceration and the obstacles to coming back into the community as a felon. Things that we don't even think about. Those of us that don't have a lot of contact with the justice system and the prison system, we don't even think about. We're all for, we want to bring these people back into our communities, but the obstacles that our system puts in place are virtually insurmountable, except for a very few that have extraordinary support from their community. The thing that I'm aware of as I'm moving around and seeing opportunities to deal with difficult topics is truth is one of the requirements. And telling the truth to myself about myself is the hardest thing. I mean, I can pray David's prayer in Psalm 139, "Search me, O God, search my heart, show me where the evil is, lead me in your paths of righteousness forever." I can pray that and not want anything to do with it. And I think in my experience coming into the 12-step program, it really was the first time when I was willing to look at the truth about myself, because I was in so much pain. And I wanted so desperately to get out of the hole I was in around the alcohol that I was willing to begin to ask, Lord, indeed, tell me the truth about myself. And that's been a journey that has continued on now all these years and continues on today as I wrestle with issues of what does it mean to be a white privileged male? Tell me the truth about that. Tell me the truth about how my behavior affects others in ways I can't see and don't appreciate. That I'm part of systems, and that these systems have been created for my benefit and actually keep people held down and oppressed. Those are really difficult truths that are unpopular. Nobody wants to talk about them. But if we're really going to learn to love, these are conversations we need to have. And it does start with the truth, as difficult as that is. And just pockets of conversation where you go, wow, I did not realize that was there. And telling the truth, not for the purpose of creating guilt, but creating a place where, because we are willing to talk about the truth, we can connect with each other in ways that really do begin to bring about reconciliation. Think of reconciliation, of reconciling a bank statement. How could you reconcile a bank statement if the truth was not part of the equation? If you say, well, now that's not the balance I want. This is the balance I want. So now I'm going to cook the books in order to come out with that answer. That would never work. And yet that's what we try to do in our lives together, is to start with the answer instead of engage in the process and letting truth speak to us so that we can begin to relate to each other in new ways. Jesus said, you will know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. But as James A. Garfield said, the truth will make us free, but first it makes us miserable. I'm entering into that arena of being miserable, but I'm knowing that it's the only way forward to live into the life that Jesus has called me to live.